What's going on, folks? I'm Dr. Kamal Jones, and welcome to Kids Today. On today's episode, I wanted to share some thoughts about a recent conversation that has bubbled up following some remarks from New York Governor Kathy Hochul. Last week, Governor Hochul was in California giving remarks about AI and increasing access to jobs for folks in low-income communities in the state of New York when she made some offhanded remarks about Black kids in the Bronx and their technological literacy. Let's take a look here.
We will be the best, we will be the first, and I want others to follow, because right now we have, young Black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know these things, and I want the world open up to all of them.
There are Black kids in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. My goodness. Now, I'm not here to pile on with the governor. I think that this was likely a misphrasing. She has already since apologized. This is less about what she said and more about the overall idea that led to the comment that she made, right? This is about a larger conversation around expectations of our Black and brown children, especially those coming out of lower resource parts of our country. And so two main things that I want to talk about on this topic. The first is that these kind of comments from the governor, they don't come out of nowhere, right? There is this long-standing belief that our kids, especially our Black and brown kids, especially our kids who are coming from low-income areas, are poorly educated, are basically sitting around waiting and praying for somebody from the government or from a philanthropy to come and save them. And until that moment comes, they are just floundering. And the reality is that, yes, there are real challenges that exist, and we can't undersell those or diminish them. But there are so many kids who are absolutely flourishing despite the challenges that they face. And what we risk as adults and as leaders when we're not nuanced in the language that we're choosing to use is diminishing the things that our kids have accomplished because they've done so many incredible things despite challenge. And really, don't take it from me. Check out this article here. She diminished everyone. Bronx students react to Governor Hochul's controversial remarks. When I first heard what Governor Kathy Hochul said, I thought it was AI. I thought it was someone trying to make her look bad, but she did it herself. This student is one of about 100 kids who are part of this Black Opportunities program that has about 100% graduation rate, and the vast majority of those kids are going on to get scholarships to college. When we're not nuanced in our language, we end up dismissing all of these kids and all of the really incredible things that they've done. The second point that I want to make with this is that in addition to diminishing things that our kids are already accomplishing, when we're not careful about the language that we're using when we're talking about our kids, we actually also risk setting really low expectations and through that diminishing what they might accomplish in the future. And there's real data that supports this. A 2018 analysis of teachers showed that, quote, clear disparities in expectations that teachers have for students of different races existed, and that, quote, teacher expectations do not merely forecast student outcomes, but that they also influence outcomes by becoming self-fulfilling prophecies. And so it's a tiny, tiny step from making broad-based comments about our kids to diminishing the things that they are accomplishing today to setting low expectations for tomorrow, which have real long-lasting impacts on what our kids believe they can achieve and ultimately what they do achieve. And so let's continue to speak life over our kids. Let's continue to work hard for them, as I know Governor Kathy Hochul has indeed done. And let's continue to strive to be nuanced in our language, especially as leaders and as people who care for and love kids all throughout our country. So that's our show today, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time on Kids Today.